What transforms Abraham's fear of death to confidence in God?
The fact that God follows through on every one of his promises throughout his life. But if you go back to the beginning of Abraham's story, the reason why he always falls into shameful seasons is because he fears death. So let's go back to the beginning. Why does Abraham, when God leads him into the promised land, why does Abraham flee the promised land and go down to Egypt? Because there's a famine in the land and Abraham fears death. Why does he betray his wife Sarah to Pharaoh and say, hey, pretend that you're my sister? He says, otherwise they may kill me. He fears death. Why does he betray Sarah to Abimelech? Because he fears death. Why did he agree to sleep with his servant Hagar? Well, he doesn't believe that God's power of life can overcome barrenness or death, the absence of life. And so all of these decisions, these peaks and valleys of his character that you find as he's wrestling with God and trying to figure out how to trust God's promise, when Genesis 21 comes along and God provides him with Isaac, all of a sudden, at this crazy old age, he knows this is a God who's supernatural, who can overcome the grave. He can overcome barrenness. And going forward from that moment, Abraham firmly believes in the resurrection. The very next chapter, God says, I want you to sacrifice your only son who you love on Mount Moriah. And Abraham is willing to do it. And Hebrews 11 tells us because he trusted that God would raise him from the dead. He knows this is a God of life.